Look guys, it's a car! Welcome back to my channel, Forsaken Classics. I mean, you clicked it, so you probably know. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna continue on this today. I really need to get this done, free up some funds, so I could get to the more fun stuff, like supercharged Mercuries and, you know, stuff that you haven't even seen on the channel yet. Anyways, so, my goal today is to knock out a couple interior pieces, maybe make a wiring harness or, you know, for the overdrive. And for those who don't know how relays work, I want to explain that because it is a very crucial part of automotive wiring, and it's definitely something that you should know how to work with if you're going to mess with any automotive electricity. So let's get into it. Let me just move this stuff out of the way. I was using this stuff to try to flatten this old door card panel. That way we can actually work with it a little better. It is bowed the correct way, so when we do... Oh, that folds up, cool. Anyways, so when we do go to put the screws in, like the other one you saw in the intro, if you can see it, I think you can. That one over there I already made, but I want to make sure it turned out good before I tried to do it on camera, because, you know, I don't want to show you guys crap. Anyways, so this is the passenger side, right side. If you're watching this in Britain, it'd be the driver's side. Anyways, I'm in America, Florida to be exact. It's warm. That's why it's hard to get out here sometimes and work on it. Anyways, enough of that. So, my plan is clean this up a little bit, you know, wipe it down. That way we get good adhesion with our contact adhesive, which I use this crap right here. It's about $20 a can. I know it's expensive, but honestly, I learned with the Firebird, you have to go with the good stuff or else it'll fall off, and you do not want that, especially when you're trying to restore something and, you know, make it last. So first thing we need to do is get this cleaned off, like I said, and then we're going to grab the material that's hanging over, trying to straighten that out because it came folded. If you sell material, guys, on eBay or something like that, roll it and set it in a tube. Please do not fold it because it puts creases in it. Rant over. Let me get a rag, wipe this off, and then we'll spray it down with contact adhesive. And, well, first, let me grab the fabric after I get it cleaned. We're gonna lay this on top of it, upside down, and trace around it. And I'll show you that, actually. Let me just get this cleaned up real quick. Woo, I'm a ghost, woo! Oh, hi. Anyways, so now, woo, let's get that out of the way. All right, so we're gonna put this black side down, put the template, come on. Yeah, we got this black side down, black side down, anyways. Yeah, that's probably the most efficient way to do this, unfortunately. There we go. All right, so what I like to do is I'll line the edge of, well, it goes this way. The edge of the material, because this has a pattern in it, it makes it to where you can take this straight line and line it up with a pattern. That way you have a consistent straight pattern on it. Now, I want to make it to where I have like an inch or two over here that I can fold over and adhere to the back. So somewhere in here, we're going to go with this line right here. So let's take this, put it on that line, nice, neat and everything. and then we're gonna go around and cut it out. Got the safety scissors. It's all my wife trusts me with. So, I'm literally gonna go right down the middle here. I'm sure someone has a better way of doing it, but hey, this is the way I figured out how to do it, and it works pretty good, I think. Anyways, so if you have a better way, put it in the comments. Get this trimmed up down the middle here. Come down this side, continue the pattern. Always go bigger than you think. So go an extra inch. You can always remove. You can't add. Very easily. Well, in this case, wouldn't be worth adding. So, gently pull this up so we don't scratch the face of it or mar it up in any way. Got that up nice and neat. We're gonna go to this line right here. So the middle of this diamond here, we're gonna do a 90 and cut her up. Let's see, that middle. All right, this diamond goes in the middle. So let's go somewhere a little easier to cut and run her down. Running down the dream, it never would come to me. All right, we got this extra material. Let's get this out of the way. All right. Try to straighten it out so it doesn't crease as much. Let's verify this fits on the door. I already did, but I want to show you guys. Like a glove. Alright. Now, we gotta glue her. So, take this, put it there. This is the side that gets the glue. So, put her there. This is the old one, yep. Let's run some contact adhesive on this. Alright. Oh, something always to keep in mind, invert your cans if you're going to put them in for long storage and spray it. I'm not going to do it in the garage here because I don't want to get all over the floor, so I'm going to go out here and do it. Alright, the nozzle's clean, so we can put that away and we don't have to worry about a blocked nozzle. Isn't that neat? Anywho, so we got to let this dry. Yes, dry. This has to dry and it actually bonds to itself is how it works. So let's go work on something else. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to explain how relays work, and for that I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Foogas. Why hello class, my name is Dr. Foogas. Foogas. F-O-O-G-A-S. Foogas. Anyways, relays. We're all talking about relays. Relays are an electromagnetic mechanical device that transmits high energy, high amperage to a device using a low amperage, low wattage signal. So, that being said, allow me to grab a relay and I shall put the numbers on the board and how they correspond to wires. Right then, our class is over, so now let's explain what is going on. 85 and 86 are an electromagnetic coil that pulls this contact to this contact when energized. These are reversible. You could do positive or ground or common, either or. Positive, ground, common. But you must have one on one side and the other on the other side. They are interchangeable. Anyways, once this coil is powered, it will pull this contact to 87. So 30 goes to your power source, or in this case, our battery. It's always 30 because that is where the power comes in, so you can decide whether you want the contact to be normally closed, which means it will send power to 87A when this is not energized, and when it is energized, it will take this contact and put it to 87. But we will show in the diagram how it is de-energized. So 87 or 87A is the device. The device. Dr. Foogas has terrible handwriting. Please excuse him. Anyways, so I hope this explains a little bit about how a relay works. After this, Don will be taking this relay part and showing you literally how it works. Is there anything else? Do you have any questions? Of course not. You are in a video in the future, watching a video in the future, therefore cannot communicate with me. You can communicate with Don, but that being said, I must go now. My people need me. That's not real, doctor. I saw him get that coat out of the trash can. Now that Dr. Foogas, not sure how he got in here. Did kind of scare me. I hope he gets the help he needs. Anyways, after he just explained how a relay works, let's get a visual. So we're going to pop this cover off of this relay right here. And you can actually see kind of what's going on. I'm going to get behind the camera and talk. So what we have here is an electromagnet, and you can literally see the plate inside there, and this is a plate also that is held into place with a spring. So what happens is when you energize this coil, this is 85 and 86. You can literally see where the studs come for the coil. 85, which is soldered and goes to the coil. 86, which is soldered and goes to the coil. These two are energized. They can be reversed any way, like Dr. Foogas said. And it will literally pull this in, which these are your contacts right here. So as you can see, it's connected to this one, which goes to 87A, which is not present on this relay, but a lot of them do, which means that it will flow from 30, which is this copper wire here, to this plate, and through that plate to that contact, which will be normally run to 87A. So this contact that is not making contact right now is 87. So when this coil is energized, it will actually pull this plate over to the other contact. That's how relays work. So now that we have and understand what it looks like on the inside, let's hook some wires up and actually see it in motion. All right, I'm behind the camera again. So we can see the numbers if it'll focus. Focus. This is 85, this is 86. We have negative and positive is already hooked up. You can actually watch the action as I put power to it. You ready? See, as all a relay is. It's an electromagnet that pulls a set of contacts to the other side, which basically, these are rated for 30 amps, And you can energize this coil with very low amperage, like 1/2 amp if that. So that is what makes coils. I have no idea what I'm saying here. Anyways, that's how it works. So if you have any questions, feel free to put it in the comments. That being said, we're going to move on to the next step of our interior. Alrighty then. So is everybody a master on how relays work? Good. Alright, now that that's being said, this is dry. So let's take this material and put it on here by taking this, putting this in the center, sort of. Some adhesive. Anyways, so we're gonna line that bottom up with that row again. Doing it away from camera, sorry guys. But we'll straighten it up. There we go. Set straight. So I have to split the difference. Alright, just like that. So now we got a good adhesion. Let's take it over and push it in. You really got to push it on to make that contact adhesive work together. Now we got it all pushed on. Look at that. Now, this may make some people upset, but I actually use hot glue around the edge. I don't have an industrial sewing machine to be able to put a nice seam over here, and that would kind of look weird with this diamond stitch, wouldn't it? Now, some people use staples. I choose to use hot glue because you can remove it if you have to, and honestly, it's worked great for me in the past, so why not? If you got a better way in the comments, put it in there. Tell me, why not? Just don't be narcissistic about it. Anyways, let me get the hot glue gun warmed up and we'll start attaching this. Got her all heated up. Oh, you ever look for something for about 10 minutes and then find it where it's supposed to be? Yeah, that happened to me. Anyways, so this is literally the second panel I've ever made. So what I've seen and what I've learned from other people who've done panels is if you got a 90, you come at it at 45 or as close to 45 degrees as you can see and leave about quarter inch or so to the corner, and then take it, fold it over, and then you want a 45 here as well, so your corners will come together nice. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to put you in time lapse because basically all we're doing, putting a bead here, cutting the corners to where it rounds them nice and neat and everything, and pushing it on so that it stays. And I'll be back. Well, I'm not going anywhere, but you know, I'm gonna be doing for the next, probably 30 seconds. But hey, enjoy the music I pick. now we got the outside done. Let's cut this so we can fold this in, the door handle, sorry, and we'll go from there. So, 45 out. Oh, got it! And that's one. So we just got to do that all along the corners of the rest of it. I don't think it turned out that bad at all, if I do say so myself. This hole doesn't even matter. You could just cut this out because we're going to be making or purchasing, if we could find it, escutcheons for the door handles. So now that we have this all nice and neat and everything, I'm going to take the other one off that I made, lay it on top of this, and we're just going to transfer the holes that way. I'll show you. All right, I got the other one off. So now it's real simple. You lay them on top of each other, line them up the best that you can, because on the one I made before, I already went through all the geometry and everything to make sure that the holes lined up right and all that. So let me grab some clamps. I'll clamp it together, and then we'll be able to literally just transfer the holes. It's that simple. So looks like the battery's gonna run out here. Well, all I'm gonna do, clamp this together and just drill the holes right through it, and I'll be back once I got a new battery. There you are. Okay, got a good battery in there. All I did was run a drill bit through the back and through the vinyl on the front to match the holes, so there was a mirrored image. Now what we have to do is, you see we have these little pinholes where we drilled, but we need to make it so where when we put a screw in, it's not ever going to tear as easily or whatnot. So what I like to do is take the broad tip on my butane soldering torch, find the hole where I copied, and literally just push it right through it. That way it actually kind of sears along the edge and makes it a lot harder to tear in the future. And obviously this is vinyl, so you're able to do this with, you know, heat versus a leather that is a skin versus a plastic. So just don't breathe it. It's plastic, you know, getting heated up or whatnot, but I mean, so I found it works best. It also works great for carpet. When you're installing seatbelt holes and stuff like that, just take the soldering torch with a broad tip, push it right through the carpet. It'll melt all the nylon away from it and give you a nice hole through it so that you don't actually tear the carpet in the future. So I'm just going to do this real quick. Right, here's the hole. Bop, 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 bop. Kind of hard to see. Bop, 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 and bop. Bop, 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 bop. What's that song? It's one of those 90s, like, songs you think about when you're just chilling out. I don't know. Anyways, put that in the comments. Tell me what. Bop, 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 bop. If you can figure it out. Anyways, alright. Now we got this. Let's go over to the car and I'll show you how to put the holes in the door. Ye old knee clamp. So yes. We're straight. We're straight. Need to go down just a hair. Door handle. Yes, we have a door handle that works. So that top is what matters the most. As long as that's lined up, we're good. All right, that looks good to me. So push it on in, grab the drill, and center on hole. And leave the drill bit in the door because we didn't tighten the chuck like a dork. There we go. We got our drill bit back. Yay. Anyways, put one screw in to hold it, like that. And then we line it up once again. Everything good. Fitting good and all that. Corner's good. Yep. Alright, let's put the second screw hole in. And then do it from there. Let me back this drill bit in so we don't just blow the glass out being stupid. You know, that might help. There we go. All right, now we got it held in place with 2 screws. I'm just gonna go around, drill the rest of the holes, and put screws in it. I'm not gonna bore you with that. So, here we go. Although these sheet metal screws, you know, look pretty tough and whatnot. I actually have some finishing washers and some Phillips, what are they? I guess they're called flatheads, even though they're Phillips. I guess it's because the head is flat. Anyways, we're gonna run these in because I think they look classy. So, I'm just gonna do that real quick. And folks, I feel that looks pretty darn good. So, that being said, we'll move on to the final part of this video, and is harness making for the overdrive lockout. Yeah, so you can't put it in overdrive and reverse at the same time. I'll show you how I got that wired. Let's get inside the car, and I'll show you what we're going to be wiring. So, this right here on the side of our manual transmission is an overdrive solenoid. We have ground hooked up, and we need positive to engage the overdrive. Now, this is a manual transmission in the 80s, so it wasn't automatically disengage and on the fly. So they had to get creative with the wiring, and the way they would do that is through the reverse switch circuit. So when you put the selector in reverse, it closes the contacts on a momentary switch and opens the contacts on a relay that I wired under the dash to disengage this overdrive, which then runs through that switch on the dash. So let me go to my board here where Dr. Foogas drew it earlier. So how we have it ran is I have power coming in the battery, number 30. I have it daisy chained positive from the battery, well, in this case it's ignition because I don't want it to run constantly, to 85. So to complete the circuit and close the contact to 87, I need to have a ground. So I have my overdrive solenoid wired normally closed on 87A. So when we put it in reverse and it engages this coil, it's going to pull this contact away from the overdrive to 87, which are my reverse lights. Isn't it neat how you could use relays and stuff? But that is basically how it works. So under normal operation, driving down the road and everything with ignition on, this is going to have power traveling through here to the overdrive solenoid, but there is actually a switch between 87A and a solenoid, let's say, is over here somewhere. I can't find my markers at the moment. So we have the switch that you can manually engage or disengage. You want to disengage it if you want to take off fast for like drag racing and stuff, because it actually changes the gear reduction is how it works. It's an extra set of planetary gears. So, but when we put it into reverse, add power to this coil once again, and moves this to here, putting power to the reverse lights. and when you put it in the drive, it turns off the coil and puts it back into its normal position. Now, I'm not going to make the harness for that on camera, because the last episode I've bored you enough with, you know, designing harnesses and all that, how to make those. So I feel that it'd be oversaturation kind of deal for content. So I probably have a few more videos on this car. I am just starting out, so I can't just do a different project every week. I'm sorry about that, but I mean, that's how it is. I really hope that, you know, you guys enjoyed this. You learned something, and if you did enjoy it, please push that like button. It's down there. You can push up on the Roku remote, and it's literally the thumbs up. We like thumbs ups. If you want to see more about this car, there's more episodes when I got it and getting it started and stuff like that. So if you do enjoy this, check those out as well. You know, see more about it in the future. Subscribe. It'll pop up on your feed then. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you in the next one. If you like my content, you like my comedy, I want to announce that I do stream on Sundays at 9 p.m. video games. So if you want to go over to twitch.tv, it'll be down in the description. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you, and you have a wonderful day.